Well, I got a comment about this latest thing that came about on, I think it was a YouTube video or something that somebody put out that Donald Trump's son, who's like 10 years old, I thought he was older than that because he's so tall, man. I was like, whoa, man, he's 10? That he had autism, and I was like, what? And they're basing this off of back when Donald Trump was making his acceptance speech on winning the election. I saw that. I remember his son being there, and he was tired, like he was falling asleep, man. Um, I could tell he was tired. He was trying to keep his eyes open, man. I thought he was actually older than that. I thought he was like 13, 14. I'm not paying a lot of attention to this, who's who. I think in this pitch, I know there's this, Melanie Trump, and is that, I don't know, Ivanka Trump. I have no idea. But this kid, actually, I tell you the truth, you know, I got a lot more respect now for Melanie because I didn't realize what the deal was, how she was as a mother and stuff. Now I found out she got really pissed off because somebody was claiming that her son has autism. I was like, based upon snapshots of when he was really tired, when Donald Trump was making his acceptance speech late at night. I saw that too. I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. But actually, I put out some stuff kind of like that, like well, not on these guys. I mean, the only thing I put out on Trump was I think he's probably going to find out, Donald, he's BSer, man. I mean, they all are, at the top, they're all, I don't know how much he's full of it or what. I know I'd said that about Mitt Romney. He's thinking about Mitt Romney, but then he might be playing a game, gee, Mitt, I thought about you. Sorry, pull the rug out from under him. I don't know what he's doing, man. I don't know. They're all slick. But I got a lot more respect for the wife now, and I realize, that she's like really protecting the son, and of course she's getting the best education and all that. Donald is smart. I'm gonna tell you honestly, he's smart freaking He's sticking with these Eastern European women mainly because they still got their heads screwed on straight. I mean, back in the 1950s, the American women were like normal. No longer. Sorry, YouTube, you don't like that? Tough. I don't really care, man. I'm really just telling you what my opinion is on this. I can't say my own opinion, but American women today are a pile of crap. And he was smart to, go to Eastern Europe because I can tell you right now, they're still, back the way the women should be. And she's a mother. She's a mother. She's a model. She's hot looking and all this stuff. I mean, I really don't care about. Well, I mean, it's cool that she looks good because she's going to present a nice image as the first lady. Um, Actually, the only one that was in competition with her was Jackie Kennedy. And actually, what I really think of Trump as kind of like a JFK, except he used to be a Republican. He used to be a Democrat. I really don't know. But I didn't even think this kid was 10 years old. I thought he was older, man. He's freaking tall, man. Obviously, he's not Italian because if he was Italian, he'd be about a lot shorter. And except unless you're from the Piedmont area, like up in Biella, up there, Italians up there are giants, man. They'd be like 6'7" and stuff like that. And a lot of the ones up in the mountains, I don't know what the heck that has to do with it, but maybe the climate. I don't know. It's like the deer population. The small deer are in where the southern climates are, and you get up in the mountains, there's big deer. It works like that with people too. I don't know why that is, but this kid is tall, man. 10 years old. He's like, I was reading he was 5'10", but she got all bent out of, well, she should be bent out of shape about it because I was, what the hell are people doing, man? I mean, next thing to say, the Trumps are from another planet or something, I mean, come on. I mean, I think I put out one time, and it's just to feed some, and really, I don't really put it out that serious. I think I put out one on Edgar Casey and the Illuminati playing cards. It's one of the real wacky videos I put out. And meteor strike possibly is 2015. Glad it didn't happen because I'm in Florida. Because if the meteor hit the Caribbean, I'd probably be underwater or something. Even if I got a sailboat sitting in the backyard. But yeah, I don't know. This is you know, he doesn't have autism, man. It's freaking wild. I mean, it's freaking even say that. But it's amazing how I've been watching this other video too about Donald Trump supposedly, talking about one of his daughter, Tiffany. Is that the one? No, or is it Ivanka or whatever? I don't know, one of those two. About, sexually, and I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. I mean, if there's something going on, they sure as hell ain't making the case on YouTube. I can tell you that right now. You really don't know. I do know that if you actually talk to, and I talked to, well, when I was in the military, I used to know like people that were officers that their fathers used to be, or they knew people that were currently in the Secret Service, or their father was in the Secret Service, and there's loads of stories about. I mean, there was like John F. Kennedy was known as a player, and of course Bill Clinton's definitely a player. LBJ used to brag that he had more women than John F. Kennedy. I mean, I don't, whatever, man. George Bush, man, you wouldn't believe the stuff on George Herbert Walker Bush. There's stuff on Ronnie Reagan. I mean, and it's likely very real. Trump, the only thing I see with Trump, with his sexual thing, it's like he likes women, especially hot looking women, ones that are slim and like blondish, like, dude, I'm all in agreement with you all there. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really putting this out for any attention here on YouTube, but just to kind of balance out some of the bullshit. Now, obviously, I'm going to tell you really what I see more of a stabilizing influence with Trump is his two oldest sons. I think his two oldest sons are, you know, they got a lot of input with dad, and I know Trump is kind of like, he's in with the sharks. He is a shark, man. I don't really, I can't, honestly, I can't trust the guy. I mean, not, I really, if I was dealing with him, I mean, I wouldn't be dealing with him, but if I was dealing with, I wouldn't say that to him, obviously, but I'm just making a video on this. But, anything these guys say on the surface, you don't know what the hell they're going to do. You really don't know. I don't think he's really a bad guy, I mean, crap, I wouldn't take Hillary Clinton in a million years, man. That one is bad. That one's bad. She's like, honestly, I could say she's a female Adolf Hitler for real, and that's going. And I'm not throwing that term around lightly, because I know a lot of people throw that term around and make it look like Adolf Hitler was a pussycat because they use that word too much. I think Hillary Clinton was a female Adolf Hitler. She is really vicious. The Trumps, I mean, I don't know, man. It's like, what are you gonna do? I mean, I wouldn't want Romney. I just hope he don't take Romney, and maybe he's playing a game with that garbage. But as far as like, I mean, it wasn't only the video that Trump's this Barron Trump had autism. Get the hell out of here. Now, of course, if a psychiatrist saw this, he would say, "Hey, I got another sale. We can give him meds." You know how they are, right? They like giving out meds and making kids addicted on them like candy, I mean, but so maybe a professional would say that because it's in their financial interest to do that, right? But they also like it's like there's videos out there now. I mean, like they're hinting at Trump is having incestuous relations with his daughters, and I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. I mean, what they're presenting on the video doesn't prove god darn nothing. All right. It's like they show a picture and then they show a facial expression. I was like, get the hell out of here, man. I can make anybody look bad with that kind of stuff. It's ridiculous, But my respect for Melania Trump went up like 100,000 times because, it's not that she's like, well, I guess it is maybe because she's protective of her son, but that's showing like she takes motherhood extremely high on the list of importance. It's like her being a mother to her son is like number one. I mean, yeah, she's into her looks and whatever, but I don't know whatever interest he's got. But that tells me she's cool. You know what I mean? She's good to go. She's good to go because I think that's the number one thing that a woman should do is be a mother and be a mother to her kids primarily. Yeah, and people say that's no, you're not supposed to be like that anymore. Well, that's why I say American broads ought to go to hell because that's why Trump doesn't go around with those yo-yos as much, man, except for when he has an urge. But you know what I mean. He shouldn't have an urge with this one. I mean, she looks good, but she's got her head screwed on straight. Definitely, definitely. But if you ever want to bring up the subject of autism, I can tell you one thing. One guy that's making autism all over the place in the United States is Bill Gates with his damn vaccinations. Um, I can't stand that yo-yo. To tell you the truth. But I just want to put this out because it's just food for thought. I mean, it's not going anywhere. I'm not going to, it's not going to be on a hot YouTube trend list or nothing. I know that for a fact. But I look and I'll be critical of Trump here. What I have been, I don't know what this game was playing. I mean, he's I swear to God, there's absolutely nobody on the top that it's like that freaking honest, man. It's impossible. Nobody. I mean, I've never dealt with anybody like with Trump's level. Like, well, ask Leonard Stern. He'll tell you about Trump. I don't want to. I should have dropped that name. But everybody is. Everybody's a bullshit artist on the top. They're smart, whatever, fine. Um, it's kind of cool that he knocked out both the Clintons and the Bushes. But then I wouldn't want to see like a Trump family political dynasty, and it's like inherit, I mean, actually, to tell you the truth, I do like the two oldest sons, though. To tell you the truth, this guy, he probably will be cool. I don't know. Who the hell knows, man? His mom has got her head screwed on straight, and she's guiding him. I like that fact. And she's sending them to the best schools. I know when my mom was, I was younger, I went to the prep schools and all that type of stuff like that, and made sure I knew all my stuff. And I actually am very intelligent, even though I talk very working class. But I'm from near New York City. Actually, I was born and raised up very close to New York City, New Jersey, in the metro area. And I don't talk like I'm from New England, so that's just how it is. And I don't really like using the $500 words because they're funny. But I do have a lot of respect for Miss Melanie now, more so. I don't really know what the hell she was about, but this kid is fine. I mean, God, it sucks being in the public light, man. What the hell is this bullshit, right? But maybe you won't be in a public light as much because the only person that really people should really be in a public light is Donald and Melanie, the First Lady. Um, that's pretty much it. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that because you know, God, man, there's so much crap out there. You could talk about ex-presidents and stuff. I mean, LBJ was a work of art. You wouldn't believe. I don't even want to talk about it on here because they'll say the video's on advertiser unfriendly. But just to give you a hint, he used to brag that he had more women than JFK. LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson. And I don't want to repeat everything I heard from the Secret Service people, because it gets around. Guy was a freak, and you don't hear that generally speaking, because if the internet was around back then. I mean, Trump likes women, right? No shit. What's wrong with that? He likes slim women, women with nice boobs and blonde hair. Yes, I agree. So what the hell's wrong with that? Okay. So they're trying to make something out with something else, right? I don't know. But yeah, he's all right. I mean, I really don't know much. I mean, I just know that whatever he said in his campaign, don't expect he's going to do all that stuff. I know that because the guy is like, I mean, he's not going to. I don't think he's going to totally screw the voters over, nothing like that. But he's not going to. I don't think. I can't see him draining the swamp. That of bullshit he promised. No way in hell. I think the swamp is going to drain by the government running out of money because we're approaching the point of no return with the fiscal responsibility that's not going on with the federal government and debt default. I don't know, the strength of the dollar might even change. And when they raise interest rates, which they're talking about, the damn Dow's going to drop, and there might be a liquidity crunch because all the dollars that are out there in existence right now are actually in a form of credit for most of them by far, far more so than we had in 2008, right before that um, electronic run on the banks. I mean, you know, even if Donald Trump is 110% legit, he's one guy, and I think this stuff is way far gone, and he ain't gonna be able to fix whatever the hell's going on. I don't even know if he is. I don't think he is 110% legit though, but he's semi-legit. That's the way I look at it. But just having the Trumps in here is like a vast. Let me just put it this way: vast improvement over any of the Bushes or the Clintons, without a doubt, hands down. And now I look at Melanie as a first lady. I got like super duper respect for her because she takes being a mother as number one. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that.